Afternoon, XRP Future Millionaire. We have a few things to discuss. I have some news about the Sologenic airdrop, and we're going to get our tokens, some of the stats, and some of the breaking news that we need to know about. When we can expect Sologenic in our account. From all reports that I've seen, January 30th seems to be the day where we're going to get our Sologenic, so I'm very excited about that. We got to talk about the market. We got to talk about Bitcoin being at 42,000. What does this mean? XRP just hanging around that 75% mark. XLM's at 26 cents and DGB. What's going on? Can we expect any kind of real upturn, or is this just par for the course? We have the futures opening tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So once the futures opens, that could bring in another level of volatility. If you look at this logically, we're at the bottom of the channel. We're trying to round the bottom and try to retest this upper support. But like I said earlier, we've got to get past 42,499 for this to be any kind of a run. And in fact, if you were going to buy on this for some kind of rally upward, you would probably want to wait until it came topside of this, and then you could make a nice push up. But you certainly wouldn't want to get squeezed in here just to come right back down. I mean, this is a very possible that we could get something like that here in the very short term. So that's why I've been talking about that 42,499. I was actually, like I said yesterday, very surprised that we didn't come up and retest that and hang out there longer and just come back down like we did. We came initially back down right after we came up to retest just over about 43,000. And I was a little surprised that we didn't try to do any kind of action besides a wick in the 4 hour. And then we came right back down and retouched 40,575 multiple times in the last 2 days. So we came up, hit 43,000, came immediately back down to 40,575. Then we made a little round attempt to try to get back to 42,499 yesterday and failed. Came back down just above the 40,575 and just below the 42,499 resistance. Well, ever since then, we came back down under 41,979. Now we have a wick back over 41,979, but we haven't been able to put together anything more than a wick, which is a problem. So now we look at this in the smaller time frame for Bitcoin, and we'll get into what we have to talk about with Sologenic, but I wanted to knock Bitcoin out right away because Bitcoin could be on a bull flag here in the 5 minute. So I want to talk about it. And what would that mean? Well, that would simply mean if this plays out, because it is using this as support now, we want to be ahead. We would try to come out to that 42,750, but we could get rejected at 42.9 and start doing this before we ultimately could trade down. So that's what could be happening. So pay attention to that in the 5 minute. Because it looks like we've got an extended play here where we've rounded around. That's what I was expecting it to hit yesterday, but it never came up that high. Can we come up there? Maybe. Or is this simply another fake out before the open of the futures? But it's too far out to be just the fake out right now. If it was 6 o'clock, I'd say okay. But this looks like it has some staying power, and this could in fact pop up here. And if it does, then I would expect an immediate pour out. So if you're shorting the market, if you have leverage to the downside, these are the spots where you need to pay attention to how much leverage you have left, how good of a position you are, and can you sustain a hit? Did you buy in a spot where it was, above there? Did you buy at a 46,000 level or 44,000 level? If you're shorting and you bought at this level, this is where it can get tricky because you always have these volatile swings before you have a dump. So if you look at it in the 30 minute, it doesn't look great. We do have a bottom that formed. But the bottom looks like it would only sustain us up to about 42.5. And if we got lucky, 43.5 where I drew that yellow line. So that's what you need to watch for Bitcoin. We've got the 41,979 that would make it or break it right now. If it uses that as a bull flag right here, a small one in the 5 minute at that, then we could expect us to come up about another 1.5%. Nothing major. And then that's probably where another group of people will be trapped. But right now it's very dangerous to get into Bitcoin or the crypto market until we find some kind of validation. A good validation for XRP would simply be we squeeze this zone now from 75 cent support to 76,850 to try to break out of this 30-minute time frame. So all you got to do is get here and get here, right? And then you can get up here. That only, right? You got a 30-minute 200 data break. You got a uptrending resistance support line you got to break that we got squeezed in between. As you can see right here, we kind of got squeezing this in and out like we talked about how we could. So there's a lot to happen before you can get up to the 83.8 or the 82 cent, cup and handle. Could we be working on this though? It's possible that we could be rounding up. So that would correlate directly with Bitcoin if it follows a cup and handle. But I don't know. That seems like the less likely scenario. With what's going on with the futures opening, the more likely would be you come up here and you get rejected and then you start trading back down. So that's what you'd have to look for. I don't see any big upside. I think the upside would be capped at 83 cents. But if you could make a run up to 83 cents before the weekly close on the candle, well, that's something significant. Because if we can touch 80 cents before the weekly close, well, we could still start talking about the short-term reversal up to possibly 88 cents. Without a weekly touch, though, up there at 78, or around 80 cents, where that blue uptrending line is going, I don't really see any way that we're going to be able to break this formation. I think we're more likely to break down than break up, but I want to keep you transparent so you know exactly what's going on in the market. Now that we know the market, let's hit that intro so you can hit that like button, and then we'll talk about the Solo Gen airdrop, and then I'll let you go. Okay, so I appreciate you guys hitting that like button on the last video we put out just about 2 hours ago. It had over 1,000 views, 100 and plus likes, 115 to 130 likes already. So I'm very happy about that. But what I want to do is I want to read this Sologenic. So just some news. So Sologenic, almost 50% of XRP circulating supply participated in Solo airdrop through top 30 exchanges. I did through Uphold, as I kept you guys one step ahead each and every day that came closer to the airdrop, because Uphold was not part of it. But the day before they broke some news, I broke it to you guys and we were able to get the job done. So more than 30 top centralized exchanges supporting that, including Binance, OKEx, Huobi, BitDump, or BuyDump, Upbit, Bybit, Bitpanda, Uphold. So the Sologenic team reported a great amount of participation and exchange support for the airdrop, with almost 340,000 trust lines established to the Sologenic gateway and XRP ledger, and more than 30 top centralized exchanges supporting that, including Binance, OKEx, Huobi, BuyDump, Upbit, Bybit, Bitpanda, Uphold, and more. The snapshot was successfully completed at block number 685522402 at 8:00:01 p.m. UTC, which was equivalent to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we looked it up, December 24th, 2021, according to the schedule announced. According to the official report, the total holdings that successfully participated in the Solo airdrop was 22,439,948,543.12 XRP, and 80,512,388, no, that's 80,512,388.19 Solo, considering that the total circulating supply of XRP is 45.57 billion. The holding participate corresponds to almost half of the XRP circulating supply. As the demand for XRP sparked with the Solo airdrop popularity, some high-volume transactions were detected by whale parsers, including the movement of 449.3 million XRP, which we talked about on December 19th, in two separate transactions by one single entity. I had breaking news on that right when it happened. The airdrop ratio was calculated by dividing the 200 million airdrop supply in two, one half for XRP holders, one for Solo holders, and then dividing each amount by the total holdings that participated in each token. The formula provided a ratio of 0.004456338205 Solo per each XRP holding, and 1.2420448858 Solo per each Solo holding. The distribution will start on January 20th, 2022 at 8 p.m. UTC, with 200 million Solo being unlocked and transferred by the system. The XRP and Solo holders on decentralized wallets will have to allow some time for the deposits to appear. And for holders on the centralized exchange, the distribution is expected to start after January 20th. So if you're on Uphold, we're a centralized exchange, so that would be January 20th. With great exchange support on the Solo airdrop, the Sologenic team has disclosed that it remains in contact with these exchanges and various new ones for the listing of Solo token within the first quarter of 2022. So that's what I was saying with, even though we're not going to be allowed to sell on Uphold our Solo, we have to hold it. in early first quarter 2022, right now, which we're in the first quarter, all these places that allowed the airdrop and they created these trust lines with, they're going to allow solo in the future. So Uphold, if you're a fan of solo and you're looking for an exchange, Uphold's going to have it in the future now that they participate in this airdrop. So about the Sologenic Development Foundation is an independent community of developers with the passion of making the Sologenic ecosystem successful. It consists of developers who are actively working on various open source projects and use cases around the Solo. Thank you very much. Make sure to hit that like button. It's a pleasure and honor. And honestly, make sure to join Tom's Army, $9.99 a month. You can join me in the exclusive Telegram. We'll go over all of that and more on my next update.